Peyton Gallaher and Sean Salehi on the call for Blaze Radio on the road in Nashville, Tennessee. We're here inside Memorial Gymnasium, the home of the Commodores since 1952. It's a place where you can just feel the history echoing off the cavernous walls and the wooden benches of this arena. Up next, College Hoops. You're listening to Blaze Radio online. The ball is brought to center court. We're about ready to get some basketball going here from the Music City. Up and away, here we go, yippee, let's play basketball. Zylan Cheatham controls for the Devils. Long triple, and that tickles the twine. Timeout, Bryce Drew. ASU has come out with reckless abandon and is running roughshod over the Commodores here in Nashville. Here comes Ryan into a double team. ASU throwing the zone around and doing pretty well. Neesmith steps into a three and finally puts Vanderbilt on the floor. Vanderbilt, one of only 3 teams in college basketball history to have hit a triple in every single game since the invention of the line, and that streak continues. Scrum for the rebound, and it pounds out to Saban Lee. Attacks the defense, wraparound feed, Shitu hangs midair, goes up and under, and double clutches it home. Lawrence Dort into the high post for White, who will finish very nicely with the left hand over tough defense. We will continue to unfurl the story of this historic gym throughout the night. The reason, Sean, that the benches are on the baseline is the original pillbox gym that Vanderbilt used to play in, there wasn't any space on the sidelines for them to have benches. Players would scrape their shoulders on the cinder blocks, inbounding passes. So that's just something that carried over to the new arena, and it stayed that way all the way up until 2018.
There's really nothing better than tradition. I did not know that, and I absolutely love to hear that they didn't want to change anything. Even when you make the modifications and the renovations to the arena, keep it the same. Tradition is nothing. There's nothing better than tradition, especially when it comes to college basketball.
Well, and it's a distinct advantage for Vanderbilt because they're used to this. This is nothing like any of the other players that are coming here have seen. So we'll see if that helps Vanderbilt out in this game. Men's and women's teams for Vanderbilt in this building are 78% in the win column. Pretty impressive home court advantage. And you can tell by the roar of the crowd that Vanderbilt just got a bucket. It came in the form of the senior Joe Toy, the man from Whitney Young in Chicago. And it's 10-11, ASU with the lead with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. Big block from Yanni Wetzel, turning back the shot from Remy Martin. Neesmith throws to the block for Shitu, and the freshman Cherry was no match. That was a grown man's move from Shitu as he finished with a skyhook to the right. Evans, Toy drives, baseline, tough D, and it does not matter. Rattles around the cup before falling in.
That was a really good play there by Toy. He ran into DeQuan Lake trying to draw a foul. Lake did a good job of staying straight up, but it was a typical basket and it went down for the doors.
Joe Toy, the lone senior on the squad. Tayshawn Cherry will try to answer with a 3 and will. Back here inside Memorial Gym, Vanderbilt has the basketball down 2, but maybe not after this. Simsola Shitu with a difficult finish. He's got 6 and we're tied.
Shitu has really come on in the last 5 minutes, and this run for Vanderbilt has this place alive.
The way this building is built, it sounds like you're inside a speaker when it gets loud, and it just got very loud. Kamani Lawrence, though, silences the crowd with an up and under layup. ASU, a team that shoots 19.3 free throws per game. That is good for 6th nationally in attempts, but they only shoot 66.7%, which is 257th. That's something that if it persists in the march, could be deadly, and right on cue, White misses the free throw. No friendly bounce on that one. Lee initiates for Vanderbilt, trying to answer back. Shitu, deep 3, NBA range. That's no good. Offensive board, though. Back out Ryan, who is wide open. That isn't good. Lawrence gets it, and now it's a 2-on-1 for ASU if they want it. And chaos ensues as Joe Toy tracked back like a safety and punched the ball out. Last touch by ASU. And that's a hustle play from the senior. Peyton Gallaher and Sean Salehi back on the call for you. You're with Blaze Radio. Sean, Vanderbilt and Arizona State in this game. Arizona State out on top. We're going to talk a little bit about the 2 head men for these programs. Bobby Hurley, we know the pedigree, right? Came from New Jersey, only lost 5 games in high school, felt like even fewer in college, en route to 2 championships before getting to the NBA. Well, Bryce Drew, little known to the public, is a guy who also had a very successful career as a player, was an Indiana Mr. Basketball winner, but his father Homer was a coach at Valpo, so despite having offers from bigger schools, went to Valparaiso and got to the tournament. People don't know this. You know the shot?
Of course.
Valpo beating Ole Miss in the first round, one of the great upsets. At the buzzer, Bryce Drew is the guy who took that shot.
Wow.
So Bryce goes to the league, has a nice little career, selected 16th, I believe, by the Houston Rockets. So 2 coaches, 2 point guards, squaring off, trying to quarterback their teams to win. So far, Bobby Hurley has had the upper hand. Now Saban Lee. Lee takes it inside, a little Euro step, but not a very good pass, and here come the Devils again. 4v3. Cherry with a stop and a pop in transition. That shot smoother than Tennessee whiskey on the way down. Back cut, Lawrence, but it's rejected by Neesmith.
There's a good look there for Lawrence, just a better block there from Neesmith.
Pass in transition, no look from Shitu, but just a little bit too good for Toy to handle. Mishandles the lay-in, and now ASU will try to punish them in transition. Cannot make the 3, but Cherry floats in with the tip in, and he is on fire. What a first half of the freshman for ASU. Shoveled inside to Shitu. He chips the paint on the way as it bounces off the backboard, but it falls out for Maxwell Evans off an offensive rebound, and that rattles around the rim, touches the backboard, and then falls through. 19-25 now, huge shot for Vanderbilt. 5 minutes and 19 seconds left to play in the first half. On the block is Romello White. He posts up Wetzel. He moves off Wetzel, but great defense play there by Yanni to force a miss. Rebound controlled by Evans, who finds Wetzel, and he lays it in. What a find and a pass from Evans to hit the streaking big man. They always tell bigs, run the floor, you'll get opportunities, and it pays dividends there for the New Zealandic player, the newcomer to this Vanderbilt program.
Oh yeah, and he definitely is not a stranger to scoring. Averaged 15.5 points there at St. Mary's.
And a arid shot from Remy Martin that's rebounded by Shitu and brought the other way. Step in 3 for Maxwell Evans, and how about it? Maxwell Evans, 6 points in the last 3 possessions, sandwiched in between. A beautiful dime, and Vanderbilt in the blink of an eye, already back within 1, 25-24. ASU leading, but Vanderbilt has captured the momentum and the attention of this fan base as they race to their feet. Tayshawn Cherry will step into a 3, no good. Almost fell out of bounds. Dort saves it high, but into the grateful hands of Shitu, who brings it forward. Passes to Matt Ryan, who blows by Lawrence out into the corner for Wetzel. Open triple. Maestro, play it again. Sweet string music, and Vanderbilt is on top. And how about the bench unit for Vanderbilt so far? This is a team that features a very short rotation, and when Garland went down, it looked pretty dire for them, because they only really played 8 guys. ASU, a team that sports a ton of depth. Naturally, Vanderbilt's bench would come out here and dominate, accounting entirely for this run with Wetzel and Evans. Well, Yanni's, he came to the game a little bit late, but he's definitely an athlete. His mother was a surfer, his father was a collegiate rugby player, and he was a second-ranked tennis player in the entire nation of New Zealand, was on their national tennis team for the U19 division. He's a tremendous athlete, and so far, it's been huge for Bryce Drew and this team as they try to get a big resume-building win, a tough SEC. If they can knock off ASU, they're right back in the picture for the tournament where they were when Garland went down.
Real quick, can you imagine him as a tennis player?
Oh, it's terrifying. He'd be able to reach either side of the court.
That's terrifying.
Evans trying to add to the lead. That is 27-25 Vanderbilt now with just under 4 minutes to play. Maxwell Evans between the legs a couple times, tried to throw it into his buddy Wetzel, but intercepted by Edwards. And here comes Lawrence. And Kamani misses a transition lay-in. Neesmith palms the basketball. Nobody stops him. A Tennessee two-step, but he misses the layup with the Euro, gets his own miss, and follows it in.
Bobby Hurley is furious on the sideline right now. Baseline, pardon me. On the baseline right now. And his team just does not appear to be playing with the same energy as the home squad of the Commodores. They definitely need to get something going, or this game's going to end up getting away from us soon.
The move was pretty by Neesmith, but $100 move, 5-cent finish. He ends up chasing the ball down. Now Edwards answers back. And an unlikely hero for the Devils. Edwards had been silenced the entire season dealing with that back injury. Steps into a rhythm shot, knocks it down. Great shooter, short-term memory. 29-28, Vanderbilt. Guys in white with the basketball with 1:45 left to play in the half. A scintillating first frame of action here from Nashville. Matty Ryan behind the back pass. Shitu past another defender. Back to Ryan in the corner. And he goes spread eagle on the finish. He knew that was falling. This place has an energy about it. They call it Memorial Magic here. A lot of teams will come in here. They'll think that they've got all these weird elements handled. Then all of a sudden, Vanderbilt pops up out of nowhere and takes over, and the disoriented road team does not know how to handle it. It appears that ASU has been dazed by that Memorial Magic, put under the spell, if you will, as Evans breaks the timeline with 22 seconds left on the shot clock and 26 on the game clock. They'll try and milk this one out and leave as little time on the floor for ASU as possible. Under 20 seconds now. Evans goes between the legs a couple times. Vanderbilt spreads the floor out. 5-out offensive look here. Evans attacks, goes through Lawrence, steps through him, and lays it in. 6 seconds as Martin pushes. 4, 3. Martin hands off. Lawrence, deep three at the buzzer, and that's no good. Vanderbilt riding the wave into the locker room. Up 34-28 as we hit the intermission. No Garland, no problem for the Doors. They are riding high and flying with emphasis here as we head to the break. The score now, 34-28. Vanderbilt will be back with the second half. You're listening to Blaze Radio online.